without further ado, let us say hello to everyone's favorite real estate agent, the one and only Rage Now. There he is. And I'm going to give a shout out to the Call Me Al podcast right off the top because I got, is it called Call Me Al? Don't call me Al. Call me Al.
Yes.
It's called
Call Me Al.
Yeah, there, I got it. All right. Because I got you, I got Aaron, I got everyone coming after me last time I didn't mention. So right off the top. Is it still a thing, Al? Are you still doing it?
We're making a comeback. We had a brief hiatus, you know what I mean? After the fight, we had some other things we had to take care of, but now we're back on track and we're ready to call me. People can call me Al again.
That's right. Okay. I'm happy that it's coming back. I love that you have the painting in back of you as always. You told the story last time, so we won't get into all that. Al, as I said, I've been bothering you, and it's great to have you on. You've kept a relatively low profile since the Bobby Green fight, and I thought for a second you were going to call it a day on us, but maybe not. Are we maybe reconsidering it, considering the trip you just had to Colombia, which we'll talk about in a second? But it feels like we're maybe not quite there yet. Am I wrong? Am I right?
I don't know, man. It's so tempting. It's so hard to just like say that's it. You know what I mean? There's always like a hope that things are going to come together. I went down to BioAccelerator and definitely have been feeling good since then. And they say it takes time for these stem cells, this treatment that I did to really kick in. So who knows how I feel? And then if I feel great again, do I really want to put my body through that whole thing again? So I'm kind of like up in the air. I'm just trying to like focus on getting healthy, just like being happy with what I'm doing. And that's kind of it. You know, fighting is so stressful. That took a lot. Took a lot for so long, you know what I mean? And then just fighting alone, you know, just fighting if you're healthy is crazy. And then you're dealing with injuries, you're dealing with doctors, you got to go do appointments in the city. It's been a lot. So I'm just kind of just like now relaxing, chilling out, still working hard with everything, supporting my guys, you know, our guys at the gym, a lot of big fights coming up. So that keeps my head. I'm thankful that I'm so like invested in a lot of the people because that keeps me going to the gym. I like being there and seeing everybody training and stuff. So it keeps my head in the game. Yeah, it's we'll see, Ariel. I don't know. I don't want to say it's something I can't just like say. Yeah, you know, for sure. I could have told you 10 times throughout the last 10 years that I was probably gonna call it a day, and then I ended up feeling good, and it can't keep me away from it. You know.
What's the issue with the knee right now?
It's really this. Well, I tore somehow in the short amount of time that I fought on November 6th, I tore my ACL. It wasn't a complete tear, but it was, somewhere I got out of that fight. I was in the back and I was like, oh man, the doctor's looking at me and I was like, yeah, my knee's always hurt, but now it's a different kind of pain. I got an MRI. They wanted to, a bunch of doctors wanted to do surgery right away. Some doctors didn't want to do surgery. I happened to be going down to Medellin for this stem cell procedure. So I was like, let me do that first and try to avoid the surgery. And I think it's been feeling pretty good. So I think that hopefully that through physical therapy and these stem cells that I can avoid that ACL surgery because I don't want to have any more surgeries, Ariel. I'm done with them.
How many of you had?
I used to like that. I've had, well, on my knee has been 3.
Damn.
And then my hand, and then I have a bunch of like other little things that surgery fixed right away. But the knee's always been like a problem that people haven't really been able to tell me what exactly is going on. So it's been, but now that the ACL was like another thing on top of it. So we're just trying to get everything healthy. You don't get out of this thing unscathed, Dario. That's for sure.
Right. That's right. You were
starting to realize that.
You were going to say used to like what? What did you used to like?
Oh man.
Did I
forget?
I interrupted you. I'm sorry. You said you.
No, I forget what I was.
You didn't used to like the surgeries, right?
Oh, the anesthesia.
Oh, the anesthesia. Really?
I used to like the anesthesia. That was like my favorite part of the whole thing. The 10 seconds before you go out, like, whoa, and then you just wake up. And then you just wake up. Now I'm like, I don't even want to be in a hospital. I don't want to be anywhere near surgery or doctors or anything. So that's definitely, I'm learning very quickly that, I used to think that you go in, you get surgery, it's fixed, you're good. It doesn't always work like that. You got to, these things there's a big risk to everything. And you hear stories about stuff happening or people going for simple surgeries and they come out and things aren't good.
Right.
So I think I want to avoid surgery at all costs. And I hope that going down to bioaccelerator to the stem cells, I think will help heal. I might've been able to heal it, without having surgery, but that little boost to stem cells, really getting it strong, I think is going to do wonders. So
obviously it didn't end up the way you wanted it to, but I know that fighting in New York, the Mecca MSG, was a big deal for you. When you look back on the experience, does the result kind of cloud the whole thing? Or now that you look back several months later, hopefully years later, do you look back with fun? Was it a fun experience, at least in the buildup, to be, featured on, the biggest stage in your backyard?
Oh, for sure. For sure. If you can't win at MSG, I guess the second best thing is to fight there.
Yeah.
So that's always something cool that I can say. And I just, the training camp, the fight was what it was, but the training camp was like, I got back in the gym. It was like old times again. I was hitting pads with Ray. My father plays a huge part in my training camp. So I got to spend so much time with him, preparing for the fight. And everybody at the gym is like, I get to go to the gym and I'm getting basically just like getting paid to hang out with my friends. We train, which is something I love to do anyway. And then get in there and fight at MSG. The crowd was awesome walking out. That's something that I'll never forget. So there were so many people there for me, supporting me, like crazy. So it's, I'm blessed to have been able to do that. And that's, I knew when I accepted the fight that Bobby Green's a tough guy and that anything is possible, but you can't. Fighting at MSG is just crazy. Everybody, it was just the experience we had. The experience was worth every bit of it.
One of the cruelest things that I've seen in MMA over the last few years is the guys on the front lines who are battling, who are going out there, who are trying to campaign to get this sport legalized in New York. The vast majority of you guys finally get a chance to fight in New York, and that place has turned into a house of horror for you guys. Aljo said it himself. He's like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to fight in MSG because that place is just bad luck for all of us. I hate this. I hate the fact that this happened to you at MSG, Weidman, MSG, Vellante. I hate this. Why? Like, you guys did all the work to go out there to Albany to do all these press conferences, all this stuff, these interviews. You're talking to LaMonica every second day about it on Newsday, and you can't get away. It's not fair. It's not. It really breaks my heart. I feel for you guys that you can't have that moment at MSG.
Well, we've had a lot of good moments, know what I mean? And now we're able to fight there, and we can say that all these shows, that everything we went through a lot to make it, to get to where we got to. Good. We got to fight there. It was a wild ride, that whole thing. Could you imagine now, like, we were allowed to fight everywhere.
Yes.
Except for New York. Like, how ridiculous is that? That's just like the state of New York in general. It's just, and people, it's just, we used to drive to New Jersey, right over the bridge. We were right here. We drove right over the bridge. I had my first fight at the Rahway Rec Center. I had to drive, over the bridge. Otherwise, we were doing behind the scenes, like gym fights. They couldn't let people, they weren't letting you advertise it. You'd have to sell tickets, but not, you couldn't really say anything because, God forbid, somebody that wanted that show shut down, a competitor to the show, they'd call and they'd get the thing shut down. And it was a Wild West. It was crazy. But we went through it all, and now look where it is. It's crazy. It's at MSG once, twice a year, at the Barclays Center, Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool fight. They do one at the new
one,
the new arena.
Have you been to
right?
it? Have you been to it?
I haven't been to it.
Looks beautiful.
I haven't been to it. Yeah, it does. I heard it's incredible. it hurts my heart because Nassau Coliseum is right here. It was, so close. It's still right there, but still, it's not the, it's not in Long Island. It's not like the same, but it's, from what I heard, it's a beautiful arena. And if they could do fights there, how incredible would that be?
You'd never leave, right? I mean, Weidman now in Carolina, Aljo in Vegas. You'd never leave New York, right?
Oh man, Ariel, I was just in Colombia.
Oh yeah, I saw your.
Oh my, oh my God.
What a life, right?
Dude, it's incredible there. And it's the cost of living is cheap. No one, it's like, the weather's beautiful. I'm looking out my window right now. There's like 3 feet of snow. It's like, what am I doing here now?
I always say the joke's on us here in the Northeast. There's people all over the world like living this charmed life in paradise, and we're freaking digging ourselves out of snow and slush.
Not only do we do it, but everyone like brags about it. Like there's something like, oh yeah, we're from New York. We're bragging how dumb we are. But yeah, there is something about living in New York, especially Long Island. I mean, my like now my business is all here on Long Island. So that's another reason keeping me from leaving. So I don't know how they get me. I don't know how I'd be able to get out of here. It's definitely, there are better places in the world. That's for sure.
So why is this place in, it's a Bio Accelerator, right? That's what it's called?
Yep, Bio Accelerator.
Why is it so special? I mean, I've seen so many guys go. Cyborg was there. Chris, I know Weidman was there. I mean, I know Gilbert went there. Gilbert Melendez. You were just there. I think you just came back a day or so ago, right? What are they doing that is making everyone go to Colombia for this?
So yeah, the stem cells that you can get in the United States, whatever technique they're using and technology, you can only if you're doing an injection of stem cells in the United States, it's like very diluted compared to what they can do in Bio Accelerator. For whatever reason, the FDA hasn't approved this technology. So, I mean, they told me I was getting millions of stem cells, multi-millions of stem cells in each injection. And to do that in the United States, I would have to been, getting injected once a day for a month or two. Wow. So it's super strong. It's super potent. And I mean, you just walk in the place, Colombia, everyone was like, dude, be careful. You're going to Colombia. We know you're like, you're a little wild sometimes. You might please be careful. They couldn't have been there. Obviously there's parts of Colombia where it's still dangerous, but that's anywhere in the world. Where I was staying by the clinic was so advanced. It was the state of the art. There's a mall that's like, it's one of the biggest malls, the most beautiful, clean malls I've ever seen. In the hotels, like they keep you in a hotel. It's I don't know, 4 or 5 star hotel, whatever, is beautiful. It's and you walk to this clinic, and in the clinic, the people are so nice. And I've seen a lot of doctors. And a lot of doctors have been in the game for a while. They already think they know what's wrong with you when you walk in, just from like looking at the images. Sometimes not even. They just kind of like, or they don't. The doctors in Medellin really took their time, and it was like, I don't know. I feel like that can even if the treatment isn't different, just the peace of mind knowing that somebody really cares can like help the healing process. It's so mental and everything, and to have people that are really checking up and like knowing exactly what you're feeling, why you're feeling it. It was really, that was like the best part of it, just to actually be, just the system down there of medicine. I guess that it's different than here, and you could tell going down there, but, it was, what a great experience to go down. And then Colombia is just beautiful. If you're gonna, it's, the Eric, Stofers, who's the CEO, there was a Marine down there. And he probably had the most severe, we were all complaining about our injuries, but this Marine, you could tell, we're all talking about our injuries. We went to dinner and everyone was kind of saying what's wrong with them, this and that. There was another guy from, Switzerland there that, had actually fought back in the day, but but we were all telling our injuries, and this Marine was just kind of like sitting there, and you could tell that guy did some crazy stuff in the day. He's got some freaking injuries, man. Right. But these are the kind of people that are like going down there. It was pretty cool to see. I'm like complaining about a little knee injury. This guy's like jumping out of helicopters and, parachute malfunction, like all those kinds of crazy, who the hell knows, you know what I mean? And he's like really hurt. So that was, being around when I went down there, I was surrounded by people that like understood injuries and you could tell that they need this stuff. It's pretty cool stuff. I think they got to get this in the United States. I think the UFC should talk to these guys and really, it was kind of stressful for me. I'm down there and I'm like with USADA, I'm like trying to connect them. And then they send an email and this and that. And we had to delay the injections to get cleared by USADA. It was kind of like annoying, but I think these guys, they should like partner. This stuff is what, I think I'm really behind it. I think it's, they say it takes a couple months for it to really kick in.
Okay.
So
I was just about to ask about that. If you feel the effects already.
So I got my knees were swollen the day of the injections. And then, they tell you to work out, keep moving, don't stop. And it got bad. It got to the point where it was like almost, I just wanted to sit and not, but they said, keep moving. So I pushed through it. And now, since then, the soreness went away, it's definitely feeling better. And they say, couple months, it's just going to keep getting better and better and better.
So this could have added a few more fights to your resume. We're not done yet.
Dude, I'm freaking Bobby Green's a tough guy, man. I should have picked a different opponent than that. After a 2-year layoff, coming off 2 losses, I'm like, I wanted the best opponent that I was like Bobby Green. The guy's he's looking good right now. Yeah. You think back, I'm like, I should have known this guy's freaking. I did know, but maybe we'll take it back a notch on the competition and ease into it a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if there are tune-up fights in the lightweight division, but I don't know about a Bobby Green.
Right. One thing that I love about you, Al, and I've always loved about you, is that you march to the beat of your own drum. That's why the fans love you. You don't care. Can I mention something that has become very apparent to me, and I don't know if anyone else notices it, right? So as you know, this whole Jake Paul thing is a thing. I only see one UFC fighter even engaging with it in any way possible, and that's you. And so could I just ask you it's just like right there. I tweet stuff out of the video, this and that. You're the only one. You're literally the only one that I see. Maybe I'm missing someone. And I'm like, I freaking love Al for that because you're not afraid. You do what you want. You do how you feel. You're not afraid. Could I ask what you make of what's going on? The big thing is people don't feel like he is sincere. They don't feel like he really cares about you guys. He's more of an MMA story right now than a boxing story. All he's talking about is UFC fighter pay, right? All day, every day. And so I'm just wondering if you feel like he is sincere, if you are in support of what he is saying and doing. Because sometimes an RT isn't an endorsement, right? A retweet isn't an endorsement. It's just like, oh, this is fun, whatever. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on it because I've seen you like comment and stuff like that.
I think it doesn't really. I don't know how sincere it is or not, but it can't be. I don't think it can be that sincere because it hasn't really affected him. You know what I mean? If it had affected him, then it would be super sincere. Does he see? I think it works. I think it works for him in, he's getting promotion out of it. That video got, I don't know, it probably got a lot of views and stuff. You know what I mean? So, and I think he's young, he's smart, he's wealthy. And like he says, he's not bound by anything. He's going to be successful. I mean, look, this fight April 30th at MSG.
Yeah.
Is he partnering with Eddie Hearn?
Yeah, he's co-promoter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's a super smart move. Whereas a lot of other promoters wouldn't partner, it would be very, very difficult to do a partnership. It seems like that happened pretty easily and they made that fight happen. So I think that, dude, wouldn't it be crazy?
Yes.
If like a Disney star was Dana White's been untouchable if like they get into it. You know what I mean? Something I don't know.
I mean,
he's a Disney star.
They're already into it.
Yeah. Like that's crazy. This guy's like a Disney star, and now he's fighting people, and he's really like picking his opponents well. He's it's like he's doing it. He knows where he's at. I don't think he's I think he's a lot smarter than people think he is. He's got people. He's probably got some good people around him. It seems like he's doing it right. He looks like he's doing everything right. It's wild to see.
It's fascinating to me that he's talking about, look, sincere or not sincere, he's talking about things that affect you guys, the fighters. And what I've always said to the fans is, if you truly are an MMA fan, if you love this sport, and you don't just care about your 7 hours on a Saturday night eating pizza and drinking beer, if you care about Iaquinta and Bobby Green and Chris Weidman and Yoel Romero and Jacare and all these guys, then you will care about the things he's talking about. He's talking about our favorite fighters. He's talking about your health. He's talking about your pay, your cut of the pie, all that stuff. And so to me, it doesn't even matter if he's sincere or not. He's shining a spotlight on an issue in our sport. You guys aren't making anywhere near what the boxers are making, the top boxers are making. You see this purse bid that happened with Fury and Dillian White? Fury making $32 million for his upcoming fight. Dillian White, $8.2 million. Francis Ngannou just got $600,000 as the heavyweight champion of the world. It's crazy, man. How can you got such
that? They got such a hold on this whole thing. You know what I mean? It's crazy that they could even that can happen. And good for Francis. Guy stuck to his guns. Francis is the guy that should be going nuts right now.
Yeah,
and he's such a nice guy that he's like keeping it's kind of like he's like, you ask him a question, he's like, yeah, well, Dana wasn't there to put the belt on. It's all good. What the hell was going on in the back? What was going on? Who was in the back? Ariel, we got to find out who was in the back.
Yeah.
I want to know what happened in the back. I need to know. That must have been something crazy going on back there.
You believe
there must have been a fight? Someone else must have fought back.
Come on now. You believe that something was going on in the back? I mean, come on.
Something must have happened, Ariel.
There's nothing happening. Trust me. Nothing was happening in the
back. Give me what could it have been?
Okay.
It has to be.
By the way, the thing was happening for so long that he missed the entire fight and the putting the belt around the waist and the press conference an hour and a half later. All that whole time there was something happening.
We got to find out what the hell happened, Ariel. We got to find out what happened.
You haven't.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I know what happened. He didn't want to put the belt around the guy who won, who he was at odds with at the moment.
No, it couldn't be that.
No, it couldn't be. You're right. That's a good point. Maybe it was,
well, if anybody knows, I'm curious. I'm super curious what the hell was going on in the back, because that's going to make some story. That's got to be incredible. It's one, it's crazy.
Do you think this changes anytime soon?
Jake Paul's making videos, and he owns the UFC now.
Yeah, that's right.
Jake Paul's he's an owner. if he's an owner of the UFC, the owner of the UFC, one of the owners of the UFC just made a diss track against is Dana White an owner of the UFC? Or is he just the president?
I think he has shares.
Man,
it's crazy.
There's the UFC's
at odds.
I don't know.
Yeah,
they're at odds. They're at odds. I hope they can resolve this. Dude, it was stuck in my head. It was stuck in my head. And I like when I saw Chris Cyborg in there. That was pretty cool.
Antonio McKee also. Did you recognize him?
Antonio McKee was in there. I was like, what? I didn't even did he have I forget if he had like a big beef with the UFC. He must have, right?
Yes,
he fought everywhere.
Yeah, he fought for them for a little bit, but he's in his later life has talked about this type of stuff, fighter pay, control. The interesting thing is, of course, his son is a rising star, and you would think the UFC, but I don't even think his appearance in that video would, like, if the UFC has a chance to sign AJ McKee, who's close to becoming a free agent, by the way, they would sign him. I don't think anything would happen.
Yeah, no.
They don't hold grudges, right?
That
was a joke, by the way.
I don't know. You're trying to get me, Ariel.
No, I'm not trying to get. Listen, I love you. Hey, let's talk about the cigars. What about the cigars? Are these your own cigars? What's happening here? Are these your cigars? Oh, look at that.
The best cigar you can. I don't have a lighter. All right, I got to get you one, Ariel. You smoke cigars?
I've dabbled, but I don't.
Would you?
I would do it with you. No problem. I mean, I've had
All
pina
right, we got.
colada with you at the beach over there at the cabana.
Oh yeah.
That was the
Oh
best.
yeah.
Remember that?
Good times, man.
Those,
Oh yeah, we're gonna have you out again this summer. We're gonna doing it again. My parents got the cabana again.
Nice.
I'll bring the cigar. Cigars.com. Anyone can get the cigars.
Are these your cigars?
What do you mean?
Like, are they?
It's a.
Yeah, but are you sponsored by them, or are you like in business?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were making them. I see fighters making things.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not making them. I'm just they reached out to me and they thought it would be a great idea to do a sold collection that you can smoke. And really, anytime, any celebratory moment, you can smoke one. But if you do close on a house, you know what I mean? It's a great time to smoke the sold collection.
I love it.
Cigar. Yeah. Great gift for any real estate agents to their clients, that are cigar smokers.
I saw a great tweet from you. This whole Bitcoin thing is all well and good, but when is someone actually going to be paid in Bitcoin as opposed to converting the money into Bitcoin? I thought that was really interesting on your part. Are you into the whole Bitcoin world?
I'm kind of like a long-term player. I put a little bit of money when I see a big dip, I'll throw in a little bit of money if I have a little extra money lying around and wait for it to go up. But yeah, everyone is talking about getting paid in Bitcoin. I don't know. I think people are, I don't know if they're not getting paid actually in Bitcoin. They're getting paid a conversion to Bitcoin. They still have to pay taxes on US dollars. I saw, I think who got paid? NFL, OBJ got paid in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
He got paid. And at the time Bitcoin was so high, he had to pay taxes on that. And then Bitcoin dropped to, now it's at it's in the mid 30s or whatever it was. The guy, he lost everything. It was like he had to pay taxes on all that, and then it was not very lucrative, but he still got money in it. If Bitcoin goes back up, it won't be too bad. You just got to be in it for the long term, I think. As long as you believe in it. I don't know. You play around with it at all, Ariel?
I don't play around. I had Kenny Florian on the show last week. He was trying to educate me. Bitcoin, NFT, all this stuff. I'm a very conservative guy. Okay. I like to keep it down the middle, Al. I need to get better at this sort of thing, but it gives me a headache. There's just too much going on at the moment.
Yeah. The NFT thing, so when Facebook first came out, this girl did a presentation. I still remember it. She did a presentation. We were in 10th grade. And she was she did a presentation in a business class about Facebook.
Yeah.
And I was like, nerd. Little would I have known that if back then Bitcoin was so that's the same thing with these NFT things. Yeah. I gotta get in because I can't stand. I'm not really. I laugh at the people that I got a monkey, a sad monkey or something. It's like. And it's worth how much?
Yeah.
Can you put that on your wall? What? I still don't get it.
I don't get it.
It's okay because I didn't get Facebook, and I should have if I would have known about it. I didn't even have the money back then, but you know what I mean. I laugh at things and then they become successful. So I think this NFT thing, I think there's something behind it because if I think it's kind of dumb, that means it's probably genius and it's going to be really successful. So those are my investment. I wouldn't call them investment tips or whatever. That's my philosophy right now on investing. If I don't see too much value in it, it's probably going to do really good because that's the way it's been working. I don't know.
I love the random tweets. Like you had one. It actually made me laugh for 30 minutes. It was a picture of Matisyahu. And you're like, this guy still go to temple? And he looks clean shaven. He's got the cool cloth. What prompted that? Why were you thinking of Matisyahu? By the way, Matisyahu's son is on my brother's son hockey team in Jersey. And he's just a regular dude now. He was the Orthodox. I thought he was the coolest, right? He was the Hasidic rapper. Matisyahu. Yeah. Now he's just a regular guy.
Yeah, we used to love them. I don't know. For some reason, those songs the King Without a
Oh,
Crown.
it's the best.
That song is so good.
Best. But why were you thinking of him in the moment there?
Because someone knew we used to listen to that song, and so we were playing it at one of Aljo's fights. We were playing it, and then I guess someone saw that picture, and they sent it to me, and I was like, "Is this guy kidding? Like, what happened to this?" It was almost like this guy with the he had the whole
he had the hat, yeah,
everything. He was rapping like that. You never would have thought that he was that guy, and now he's like, it's so interesting to me.
I don't think he's religious anymore. He's not religious anymore. He dropped it.
And when did he start? Like, that's so interesting.
It's fascinating. There's several articles on it, on why he dropped it. I mean, this dude was on the Letterman show. Remember, he was on Letterman singing "King Without a Crown," dressed like the dudes you see in like South Williamsburg. Just walk. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I loved it because he's like representing the Jewish people, but he's a great rapper. I actually saw him in concert in the city, and he's just complete. You would never think it's him, right? He looks nothing like he once did. It's wild. Never.
But then I saw, and then. I guess, that's what it was. I saw a video of him from a little while back. He was singing one day. He went into a store and the guy was singing. On like a little, was singing this song,
the ukulele or something.
Yeah. And then, and he didn't recognize Matisyahu because he has the whole, he's like, and then at the end, Matisyahu starts singing with him. It was crazy. It was like, this is insane. Even better because the guy singing doesn't know he's singing with Matisyahu. He gets done and he's like, nice voice. He goes, yeah, you know who sung that song? He goes, Matisyahu. He goes, yeah, me. And he's like, nah. He's like, wait. He goes, oh, cut your hair, huh? It's like the coolest response. The guy wasn't like, oh my God, Matisyahu. He was like, oh, cut your hair, huh? He's like, you're a little different now. He's like, yeah. And then I guess he invited him to the show and that guy ended up blowing up himself kind of before going to jail.
Oh, shit.
He got into some, I think he just got into, I went into like a deep dive in Matisyahu when I found out he changed his whole look.
Yeah.
And then I tweeted that. And I think one of my other friends tweeted that that guy ended up going to jail.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
That is crazy. The Winter Olympics start this week. If you go on Google or YouTube and you type in my name and Matisyahu's name, an interview from the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver will pop up. I interviewed Matisyahu at the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver because his song One Day was the official theme song of those Olympic Games. He is so high in the interview. You'll see if you watch it. He's looking at the sky the whole time and like is giving me one-word answers. And I was kind of psyched to meet him. And he was very high in the interview. He was like on a different planet, but it was still fun nonetheless.
Yeah.
So there's my Matisyahu story.
It always fascinates me, like people that become super religious, and then like it's like what and it would be a guy like that who's like super talented would go like you feel like those kind of people like are the ones like Scientology. Not comparing, but like any like some people they like any religion people. I don't know. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
No. Listen. You're talking to a fellow tribe member here, so you can't offend.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's whatever makes everyone happy, Ariel.
God bless.
I'm in support of it all, and yeah.
Well,
that's about it, man.
We love you, Al. The Call Me Al podcast is coming back. You heard it here first. Breaking news. When are we doing this again? When's it relaunching, or your podcast? When is it coming back?
What day is today?
Today's
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh my God!
What happened? You have something to do
tomorrow night?
It's coming.
I just got back from Colombia, so I'm all out of whack. I have to get my date. I got to get back on the grind. You know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, today's Wednesday. We're doing Call Me Al Thursday night.
Let's go.
Thursday night, 7 p.m.
Okay, I look forward to it.
Call in and.
That's where you get the real unfiltered Rage and Al thoughts on everything going on in the world of MMA in your life. So I think
I gave you I gave you pretty unfiltered today. No,
I know, but like there's only so I don't want to get you in trouble. Trying to.
Yeah.
keep your life.
I can get myself in. I get myself in trouble.
Well, we did a lot. We covered a lot here, and I appreciate it. I'm happy that you're feeling a little bit better. I'm happy that you haven't full. You know, a lot of people, when I said you were going to be on, were like, "Is Al announcing his retirement? Is he announcing his retirement?" I'm like, "Look, I don't know what he's announcing, but I don't think he is." I asked him to come on. They thought maybe you asked me to make, you know, the big announcement here. You're always welcome anytime, announcement or no announcement. But I'm happy that we haven't closed the door on the career. We're leaving it open, and we'll see, you know, how things progress, right? I feel like that's the big takeaway here.
Absolutely, Ariel. At the end of the day, it's the best sport in the world.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can never close the door on that.
And I feel like you're going to have a great coaching career as well. Okay. I feel like you're a great mentor. You're a great coach. You're a great mentor. The guys like having you around. You've done it all. I don't know. I feel like you could be that guy. No, you don't want to do that?
I do, but at the same time, it's like, it's so stressful. I get more invested in like these guys that have fights coming up now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so stressful. I'd like want to help them, and then maybe just not. I don't know. I gotta stop. I gotta like stop going to the gym and really taking a liking to people. It's awesome that it's like what I want to do, but it's just so stressful to me. And I don't know. Fighting is like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not like I don't know. Do I want these people that I care about to fight, or do I want to?
Oh, you're having this moral dilemma. I get it because of the damage, the stress, the pressure.
Yeah, but it's like it's the most beautiful thing in the world too. When you win and you're like, it's the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows.
I was just going to say that. What obviously I've never fought, but talking to you guys for long enough, the highs are just incredibly high, but the lows are incredibly low, unimaginable. Like you can't even put it into words, those feelings. And I think we could sort of understand because you guys put 3, 4, 5 months into one moment of 15 minutes. And if it doesn't go your way, that's crushing. So that's why I have infinite respect for you guys and why I want you all to make as much money as possible and get your fair share and be set up for the future. Pension, healthcare, all that.
That's it. If done the right way, very few people have gotten out of it unscathed, doing well. But I think if done the right way, everyone can be and have some really high highs. You're not going to be able to avoid the lows, but hold on to those highs and get out of it as good as you can.
Thank you as always, Al. Feel better, my man. All the best to you. Talk to you soon. Appreciate it.
All right, Ariel. Thank you.
There he is, the man, Al Iaquinta. Didn't slam his computer.